following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 3 of this week, episode 106, part 3. Let's talk about it. Let's start off with the draft. Well, how are we going to go? We're going to pick it. We heard Stephanie, we heard Shane. They don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to break up New Day? Are they going to break up Enzo and Cass? Are they going to bring people together? What are they going to do? We're going to get it right here, right there, right here, right there.
That's true.
Right here, folks. We got our mock draft here. And let's get started. Go ahead, Mr. Carter.
Mr. Carter.
Mr. Carter, Mr. Carter, Mr.
Pierre's
Carter.
kind of freaking me out a little bit.
Mr. Carter.
That's a little creepy.
Pierre is weird.
A little bit. So I'm going to go over my SmackDown roster.
Okay, and then I'll go
Then
over
you're
my
going to do your
SmackDown
SmackDown roster. I'm going to do my Raw roster. You're going to do your Raw roster. That's how it's going to be.
And then we'll talk a little few minutes about it, and then we'll switch over to our thumbs up, thumbs down.
Which I think is going great. Thumbs up, thumbs down is going great.
Okay.
So here's
Smack it down.
Here's SmackDown for you.
Okay.
Okay. The way I put it was the U.S. champion, Rusev,
No.
with Lana. That will be your main belt right now on SmackDown. I'm not doing the whole 2-belt thing.
No, me neither. So still working out. We're still that's so far.
So Rusev with
Well,
Lana.
so we won't drag it out and bore the people to death, because I know this is a long drawn.
It can be a long draw.
If you mention somebody you have on SmackDown, I have them, then I'm gonna say I got them on SmackDown.
Boom, and then you're done with
That'll
it.
help. And you said you have Rusev. As the
I have
main belt?
Rusev, the
I have
U.S. champion.
Rusev, the U.S. champ, on SmackDown as well. So
There you go.
that's one out of the way. Look at that. So far, so good.
And I believe, in my opinion, that they don't need 2 different tag team titles.
Nope.
So the tag team titles will be around everywhere. But for right now, to give them a home, their main home, I'm putting New Day on SmackDown.
See, I did not. I get New Day roam. If they want to be on Raw, because I got half the roster on Raw, and I got half the tag team roster on SmackDown, so they can roam back and forth. So that's a little different, but hey.
I'm just going to give them a home because when you lose your belts, you got to have a home at that point.
That's right. And I think
So-
what they should do, if they don't, have a home, the team you lose to, that's your new home.
You take your spot, yeah. So
Yes.
if you lose to a Raw tag team, you take that Raw spot and then they roam. I
Right.
get that. I get
Yeah.
that. That's cool. So anyway,
Okay.
I got John Cena,
Oh, on SmackDown?
SmackDown.
Me do too.
I have AJ Styles,
Me do too.
SmackDown. Dean Ambrose.
Oh, I do not have Deanie.
Bray Wyatt.
I do. I have Bray on SmackDown.
Marka Henry.
Marka Henry. I have Marka Henry on SmackDown.
I have the Big Show.
I do not have the Big Slow.
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens. I do not.
Apollo Crews.
Yep.
Neville.
Yep.
Swagger.
Jackie Swagger.
Yep.
Yep.
Darren Young with Bob Backlund.
Yep.
Because he would be eaten alive on Raw right
He
now.
would be. They're trying to make him great again.
Yes. Titus O'Neil.
Yep. What did you just...
Cesaro.
No.
Nakamura.
No.
So that gives away what I did. What I did was 2 NXT picks for Raw, 2 NXT picks for SmackDown, because there's not a large roster right now.
Right.
And I don't want to deplete the whole NXT roster.
Well,
so,
I took 3 people, 3 from NXT,
Yes.
and they all went to Raw.
Okay.
And I took 1 tag team NXT, and that went to SmackDown.
Gotcha. So you'll go over that in a minute.
I'll go there in a minute.
So my pick on SmackDown for NXT guys, of course, I already said Nakamura.
Right.
And my other one goes into where I'm going next, which are my tag teams. So my NXT pick on SmackDown is Mojo Rawley. So he will be joining up with Zack Ryder to form a tag team.
Ooh, I did do that, but it went to Raw, so maybe that is a little more than... Okay. So maybe 2 tag teams then. Okay. But no,
So is that considered one of your NXT picks, though?
I guess it would be, yeah.
Mojo
That's
Rawley.
what I missed, yeah. The Hype Bros would be...
Because he's not officially on
He's
Raw
not.
SmackDown, so he is a pick.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, on my tag teams, I've got Ryder and Mojo. I've got the Dudley Boys. on SmackDown.
And this is SmackDown, okay.
Yes, I got the Dudley Boys.
Okay.
I've got the Golden Truth on SmackDown.
Yep.
I've got the Shining Stars of Puerto Rico.
Nope.
Primo and Epico. I've got Connor and Victor, if they ever become a tag team again, but they're currently on the roster, so I put them in a spot.
No.
And they're on SmackDown. And last but not least, they're kind of a group, but they're kind of a tag team, so Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, and Braun Strowman are on SmackDown in the tag team division for me. Because I have Bray Wyatt. So.
Right.
They're a 3-person team, just like New Day, so you can do that. But, because Braun Strowman doesn't really wrestle, so I've got to put him somewhere there.
Right.
So, that is, and you're probably wondering, where's all the women? I'll get to that later. So, that is my SmackDown roster, so you can go over whoever you didn't already say you had.
Okay, well, like you said, we had the ones we mentioned. I had Jericho go to SmackDown. You need some more veterans, thank you. Sami Zayn will go to SmackDown. Sheamus is on SmackDown. Dolph's on SmackDown. I took all of the social outcasts, Heath, Curtis, Bo, put them all on SmackDown. And that's it for the guys. Other than the ones we already mentioned already. Tag teams, the Usos, the Vaudevillains, Breeze Dango, which is Fango and Tyler Breeze, Lucha Dragons, and the Revival on SmackDown.
Ah.
And then I had part of the women. I have Becky Lynch, Bayley, Naomi, Alicia Fox, Tamina, Alexa Bliss, and Nikki. All SmackDown side. And Charlotte, like the tag team titles, would roam.
Rome, not Roman, but Rome. The Raw roster. So I have Alberto Del Rio.
Yep.
I have Y2J, who you already said is on SmackDown.
Yep.
I have Dolph Ziggler, who's on your SmackDown. I have Kane on Raw.
Kane I have on Raw.
I have Randy Orton on Raw.
I have Randy Orton on Raw.
I have Seth Rollins on Raw.
I have Seth Rollins on Raw.
I have, who you already have on SmackDown, I have Sami Zayn on Raw. I have Baron Corbin on Raw.
Yep.
I have Sheamus, who's already on SmackDown for you. I have Sheamus on Raw. And then the people that you put over there, I have Heath, Axel, and Bo all on Raw. So, you know, a little flip-flop a little bit.
Yeah.
And then...
and I was gonna do that, but I broke up. I got Bray by himself, and the rest of the family is over here on Raw. So.
Gotta have the group together, because if not, they are going to get released one day anyway.
Well, you probably will, all but Luke.
Oh, boy, that's sad. Anyway, and then this will go into my NXT picks, because he's on the guy roster is Finn Balor will be on Raw.
Yep.
So that gives away one of his NXT picks. And I know you're doing a little something different with this, so don't tell him yet, but I've got Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman on my Raw roster. And then the IC champion, Miz, will be on Raw with Maurice. And then you have the women's champion, Charlotte roaming. I have her on Raw, and I'll explain that in a second. And then I have him listed over here, but he's going to be on, in my opinion, he would be on both. But Roman Reigns would roam. I definitely have that. I have Roman Reigns, the WWE champion Roman, because I don't believe in 2 belts, because I think they could elevate the US and the IC title by only having one WWE championship. So I do agree with you on that one. My tag teams, Fandango and Tyler Breeze are on Raw. Jimmy and Jey Uso are on Raw. Carl and Luke Gallows are on Raw. Enzo and Big Cassie is on Raw. Sin Cara and Kalisto are on Raw. And English and Gotch are on Raw. Do you even have Sin Cara? And
Lucha Dragons, yeah, they're
on SmackDown.
Yes.
But last but not least, to explain the women, I saw an interesting thing online where they were talking about there was discussion of keeping the women all on one roster. And I could see the argument on why that could work, because yes, they have a lot of women, but at the same time, when you have 3 hours and you split the roster down, you don't have as many people on the roster that could give more time for women's matches. But there's quite a few that wouldn't have feuds or would be jobbers anyway. But so I have the entire roster of Tamina, Summer Rae, Sasha. Even though Rosa is not really around, she's on the main roster right now, so I kept her on there. Paige, Nikki, Natalya, Naomi, Eva Marie, Becky Lynch, Paige, Dana Brooke, Emma, Alicia
Said
Fox.
Paige twice?
Did I have Paige
I
twice?
think you said Paige
I
twice.
really did say Paige twice. Thank you for that.
I know you love Paige. I thought it was Sasha. But
It is Sasha, but I definitely wrote that down twice. So thank you for that. Live right here.
Paige, and then Paige. I'm like, wait a minute, did you just say Paige twice?
Thank goodness you said that. So now I can be a little more even on this. So take out a page,
Take out one of the
and
pages.
then my other NXT pick would go in that slot, and that is Bailey,
Bailey.
which I believe you picked her as well.
Yes, but I put her on SmackDown. Yes.
Put her on SmackDown, but I wanted to do a different thing. I wanted
Of
to
course.
see, because you never know. They may do it more like what he did, but they may go along that line of keeping the women all on one roster.
Agree.
So I decided to do something a little different to show the different ideas that were out there.
Yes. Because there's no telling. Like I said, they don't know. It's for TV. They may not know, or they still may not say, "Well, we're gonna do this."
Right, but you know how they
Please,
are.
I hope they
last
don't.
minute.
They do not need to split up any tag teams.
They don't need to split up tag teams right now. The tag team division's on a real good.
Yes.
Uh,
You start breaking up because end zone cast.
I mean, we
is
saw
killing
that with the
Do that
Dudleys when they originally did it, and it was horrible.
Yeah,
They did
Brother
it with a couple of
Devon.
other ones.
Can we go back to Brother Devon?
It's pretty bad. Let's not do that. So, I mean, hopefully they'll think back on that and say, let's just build up some of these tag teams, and if you want to break them up, let it organically happen where they split up and then they can feud later on or whatever.
Right.
But anyway, that is my Raw roster. So, what do you have here?
Other than the ones we already talked about, I got Owens on Raw, Cesaro on Raw, Nakamura comes up to Raw, Ambrose stays on Raw. Like I said a while ago, the Wyatts, Braun, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan all stay on Raw by themselves. And Ty Dillinger, the Perfect 10, comes up.
I like it.
He comes to Raw.
Be another jobber, though.
Well, he would be, yes. On the tag teams, the Dudley Boys, Hype Bros, Shining Stars, Ascension, which, I think when you
Probably
talk about
gonna be
this, Ascension
gone.
will be better on SmackDown.
But they may be gone,
They could be gone. He'd just be Victor by himself.
which that's a pink
That
slip.
new makeup anyway. So.
That's a pink slip, though.
And then the women's
They're
Sasha.
calling him Demonic Victor or whatever now. So I don't know.
You got Sasha Banks, the women, Dana Brooks, Eva Marie, Paige, Natalia, Summer Rae, and Emma all being
There you go.
on Raw. And then Brock Lesnar, you had Brock, I have Brock Roman. I think he brings in ratings on both shows. So
And that could work. I mean, because he's one of those big
who's not here all the
juggernauts right
time
now.
anyway, so he may be here sometime. He takes a break, spends 6 months on Raw, takes the break after a major pay-per-view. When he comes back, he shows them on SmackDown and spends some time. So yeah.
So it's kind of like what we were doing anyway, because we didn't even bring up Undertaker.
Nope.
He's going to be one that just shows up and does WrestleMania anyway, so he'll probably just roam anyway.
Yeah.
So
The Undertaker, he's a roamer. Yep.
but yeah, we didn't bring him up just because we don't know what's going on with him anyway. But up next,
Okay, so let me switch it since Pierre's still in the potty.
we have thumbs up, thumbs down, where we're going to talk about your top 15 alumni that he needs to bring back for the brand split. We're going to tell you, thumbs up, it's a good idea. Thumbs down, it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Number 15 is Crime Time. And
I
I would be okay with that.
Be
They
okay.
could put over some teams and they could look good. They're still young enough to do it.
They've been gone a while. It'd be perfect time.
Number 14, Justin Roberts.
It's been long enough,
And
and
I would be okay with that because what's her name's gone now.
I'll be fine with Justin Roberts coming back.
And number 13 is EC3. It's just not going to happen,
It's
obviously.
not going to happen. You don't.
But it would be a nice addition. You'd have to change the character, or at least the name.
You change the name, kind of keep the character, I believe. But
Number 12, Matt Sydal.
I'd see him on SmackDown.
Yeah, but I mean, the way they pushed him before, I say
Yeah.
keep him in Ring of Honor where he does well. And number 11 is Brodus Clay, and I say no.
No, bro, this is where he's at.
Right. And number 10 is RVD. He could be like Jericho, come back
He's
here
good.
and there.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him Jericho.
In
I mean,
short
RVD back,
stints.
short stints, come in there, push the younger talent, push the fresh talent.
Right.
Always have a good name. Get a few wins here and there, but mostly you're here to lose to the new
Right.
names.
Number 9 is Drew Galloway. I think he's good where he's at.
I do too.
Because they push him better
I
over
would
there.
give him a thumbs down. Okay, I wouldn't want him to be back. No.
Number 8 is Mickey James.
For name's sake and everything, and helping the ladies more, I would
be okay with that.
Seeing Mickey
I don't
come
think
back.
she'd be back full time.
I don't think she'd be
she
back
would.
full time either, but it would be good. I mean, either way, everywhere she went, be it Raw, be it SmackDown, would be good. No titles. I will not give Mickey a title.
Nope. Put over people.
But she was there to put over people. Yes.
Number 7 is John Morrison.
I would love to see John Morrison.
I have been reading that supposedly I read an article where Vince is saying he wanted John Morrison back, and he's been asking people what's he up to right now.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
No, he's in Lucha Underground,
right.
So he already knows that.
So he may not be able to come around for quite a while. Number 6, Gail, Kim, and no.
No, I don't.
Keep her in TNA.
I think the bridges have been burnt too bad between everybody, and she wouldn't come back.
Right. I mean, she already went twice, and it was bad both times. And number 5,
good wrestler to have for the women's division.
Yes, but they never knew how to use her.
Yeah,
right.
not gonna happen.
But number 5 is Carlito,
and yeah, I mean with the Shining Stars right now,
they could make it a 6-man and make it a lot better with Carlito in it.
He's good at putting people over and stuff. He's good as the heel. He's good as the face. Yes. I mean, it working way good on Raw. It doesn't matter. Carlito will be a great fit wherever they stuck him, even if it's just a short period of time.
Number 4, the Hardy Boys. I don't think for the brand split. I think that soon, like maybe not soon, but maybe in the next couple of years, if the contracts ran out at the right times, they could come in and do one last run as the Hardy Boys, kind of like what the Dudleys are doing.
Yeah.
I would be okay with that. With a short stint and kind of end their career there, I'd be okay with that.
But if they come back to a short stint, they would be on Raw.
Right, and I'd be okay with that.
Oh, yeah.
Number 3, Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, yeah, definitely would like to see Shelton. I thought Shelton by now would be back.
Remember there was rumors for quite a while.
You think any day now they had somebody come in, he's going to be coming in, but what happened?
There was for a while they talked about him supposed to be backstage, something like that. I don't know. But number 2, Rey Mysterio.
No, I don't.
You already have a Rey Mysterio. Kalisto, as long as they use him right.
Yes, and he's going to, if they use him right, he can be a future Rey Mysterio. Yes. Just be as good, if not better than Rey Mysterio. Depends on how his health goes. And, but I don't want to, you know.
And last but not least on the top 15 is number 1, Kurt Angle. And I say yes, bring him in.
One match, maybe 2 at the most, but mostly
do a Brock Lesnar.
Be a manager for the American Alphas.
Yes.
And whatever side wherever they come in, which we didn't have on here, because I don't think they're bringing them up right now.
No,
but they could.
He could go down to NXT. I'd be totally fine with that for a while.
Yeah, if there is NXT.
Anyway, up next we have the NWA TNA Heavyweight Tournament Round 2, the Justin Carter bracket, the Mike Hogan bracket. Then you're going to go ahead and just go over my bracket and pick the winners.
Right. In your Justin Carter bracket, we have the number 1 seed Kurt Angle taking number 8 seed Jeff Hardy. We have the number 11 seed Bobby Roode taking on the number 14 seed Christopher Daniels. That's pretty good there. Yes. We have a number 12 seed Jeff Jarrett taking on number 4 seed RVD. And we have a number 7 seed taking on number 2 seed Sting. You go ahead and pick the winners now? Or
yes, go ahead.
Okay. In the first match, we have Kurt Angle beating Jeff Hardy. We're going to have Bobby Roode taking out Christopher Daniels. We're going to have Jeff Jarrett giving the stroke to RVD. And we're going to have Sting taking out Lashley.
So in the Mike Hogan bracket, you've got the number 1 seed AJ Styles taking on the number 9 seed Christian Cage. In the next match, number 6 seed Pete Williams taking on number 14 Low Key. The 5th seed Magnus taking on 4th seed, pretty close here, with EC3. And number 7 seed Jay Lethal taking on number 2 seed Austin Aries. In your first match here, AJ Styles taking on Christian Cage. Your winner, and we're looking at TNA here in this situation, AJ Styles will beat Christian Cage.
Okay.
And then the next was Petey Williams taking on Low Key, and the winner will be Low Key. In what could be considered with their number brackets an upset with 6 and 14.
Oh, definitely. A 14 beating a 6 is definitely an upset.
And then number 5 and number 4, so it could go either way. Magnus taking on EC3, and I would say the winner would be EC3.
Okay. Okay.
Done.
All right.
And the final one.
The final one. Jay Lethal and Austin Aries.
And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, would be Austin Aries.
Austin Aries.
We're looking at TNA, not Ring of Honor.
We're definitely looking at that. Okay. Well, that is it for part 3. Let's talk about that. Come on back to part 4 of the list.
That does not.
As we spotlight. And I forgot to push the button, but that's all right.
You did.
That's what happens with Pierre doing his job. Is also potty.
Who are we spotlighting in part 4?
The Midnight Express.
We're spotlighting the Midnight Express.
So many different Midnight Express.
And we're going to talk about A story time. We want
Oh,
story time again.
yes,
Bring
yes.
back another story because our story ended last week.
We got to pull a new book. So stay right here. Come back
right here.
to find out what the
Part
chapters are called in part 4. Plus,
We're going to do another match that did not get booked in the 80s.
Rick Rude, Hulk Hogan.
Exactly.
That would have been a good one.
That would have been a great one, especially Bobby Heenan on the outside. Boy, oh boy.
But like John Cena, Hulk Hogan would have beat Rick Rude. So.
Of course.
But come on back to part 4 of the list.
That does not mean.
I'm Mike Hogan.
I'm Justin Kyle.
We'll see each and every one of you in a few clicks. I'm going to get pee out of the toilet. Hope he didn't stop it up this time, man.
That's nice.